Before I start this video, there's an ad right before this video started called Base 44. It's a new app development tool, just like Lovable AI or some of these build to play workshops. And then this video is named Mistakes Junior Devs Make. I'm not gonna lie to you, I hope this doesn't go over the fact that it's out of style. It's out of style. Senior development is the one that's winning right now. But let's hop right into it.
I spent years trapped as a junior developer, not because I didn't know how to code. I could write functions. I understood loops, conditionals, data structures. I'd finished dozens of courses, but I was still stuck, and I didn't understand why until I realized the one thing I'd never done. I'd never shipped a real project. I'm talking about a project that wasn't a tutorial, a project where I had to figure out the requirements myself, a project where things broke in ways the tutorial never mentioned, and I had to fix it anyway. That's the difference between a junior developer and someone who's actually growing. And most juniors never cross that line. Here's what I mean. When you're doing tutorials, everything is laid out. The instructor tells you what to build, how to build it, the exact steps. It's safe, it's comfortable, and it teaches you almost nothing. Because real development is chaos, unclear requirements, users who want features you didn't plan for, bugs that only happen in production. You can't learn that from a tutorial. You can only learn it by doing. But most juniors never ship. They're terrified. They think their project has to be perfect, original, so they never start. Or
No, real development is organization, theory, testing things that you would want to try. You get what I mean? It's fun. It is chaos. Don't get me wrong, but organized chaos. It ain't no running out of the office just on the third. It's a sort of zen. When the only thing AI does for a senior developer or people who are looking for advancements to go to that senior developer level, it helps you it helps you organize your thoughts, test things that you thought would have worked and it doesn't work. Now, understanding code, 100% important. But you know what's more important in today's world? Reading that motherfucker. Why the fuck would I sit down, and this is just me, yeah, I get syntax is important. Why the fuck would I sit down and write slow hand all that shit? And I'm saying slow hand because you're not gonna outperform an AI at this point. You're not gonna out type an AI. I don't give a fuck what competitions is out there where they're getting faster keystrokes than AI. Pause. You're not gonna out type an AI, and you're not gonna out answer an AI either. Now you might fix some slop that the AI does, but here's something I learned. When you're prompting, um, depending on how detailed you are in your prompt, is going to be dependent on what the response is. So if you're very detailed in what you need, you're good. And I don't care what anyone says, trust me, you're good. 95 or 90% of your answer will be solved. The other 10%, you literally got to do the handwork for it. So if that's all you need, then why are we complaining? Go fix something.
they quit halfway because it's not as polished as the apps they use daily. You're comparing your first project to apps built by teams over years. But that's not the point. The point is you're learning things you can't learn any other way. When I finally shipped my first real project, it was terrible. The code was a mess. The UI looked like it was designed by someone who hates users. About 3 people used it, and one of them was my mom. But I learned more from that one project than I did from 6 months of tutorials, because I had to figure out deployment, error handling for cases I didn't expect. I had to read documentation for libraries that didn't have tutorials. I had to debug issues Google didn't have answers for. And all of that made me better. Employers don't care about tutorial projects. They care if you can solve problems. If you can take something from idea to working product, the only way to prove that is by showing them something you built and shipped, something you made decisions on, something you debugged, something real. But
You know what I compare the coding community to? YouTube. You know why? When you first started YouTube, you could create any shit. Like anything was viral. Like I don't know if people were there for that, but nigga, a cat doing a handstand would have made 1 million views. So coming from that to what YouTube is now, where everything has to either be a reaction video, hello, or a detailed, edited format of what you want to be said is a crazy shift for people trying to get into YouTube in 2025 or 2024, 23, or 2020 even for. Like you get what I mean? Now that's the same thing for AI. Back then, nigga, coding was a motherfucking breeze, boy. Like you could open a book learning how to code for dummies, spin up a to-do list, getting you a job. Oh, how'd you do that? Yeah, I set this back end. You can sound like a motherfucking genius, knowing damn well you don't know what the hell you did, right? Nowadays, nigga, them technical interviews is harder than fucking passing for a diploma, boy. Like you can cheat your way through a diploma, but you ain't gonna cheat your way through 4 rounds of interviewing, man. And I can guarantee you that. So you don't just have to have the idea how to push things to production. This shit right here is not gonna get you a job. Like no matter how much projects you build, not gonna get you a job. I can guarantee you. Not gonna get you a job. You know what's gonna get you a job? Networking, making sure people understand who you are, showing your face outside, not being like every other developer who is just shackled behind a computer. Look at Theo, GG, Primogen. I'm not really sure of too much others because they're either doing no face YouTube channels. You get what I mean? But like, yo, it's crazy out here, dude. Like, yo, it ain't what you know no more. It's what you know. And like, if you want to get into the space of programming, you got to treat it like YouTube, baby. Like, you probably got to make some content.
I don't have an idea. You don't need one. Build a to do app. Build a weather app. Build a clone of something you use. It doesn't matter. The value is in going from zero to deployed, in all the things that break and figuring out how to fix them. That's what turns you from someone who knows syntax into someone who can build things. The other thing juniors do is build locally and never deploy. They'll spend weeks perfecting a project on their laptop and leave it there. That's almost as bad, because deploying is where you learn the hard lessons. Environment variables, QRS, databases that work differently in production, SSL certificates, and DNS. Those things separate juniors from people who actually ship. So here's what I want you to do. Stop watching tutorials for a month. Pick one project. It doesn't have to be impressive. It doesn't have to be original. It just has to be something you build from start to finish and deploy. Put it on the internet, even if it's broken, even if it's ugly, even if nobody uses it.
No, 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 no. Like I said, treat this shit like YouTube. Like back then, I'm not gonna say thumbnails and titles wasn't important, but you can make any video and it was gonna go viral. Today, you need to focus on a thumbnail. You need to focus on a title. If you're gonna make a project, you need to focus on the aesthetic. You need to focus on the user experience, my nigga. Those are the two things that are the most important in a project, my nigga. I'm not saying authentication and all that tech stuff isn't important. I'm saying the aesthetic and user experience is probably just as important as any other thing on your application. Am I trying to complicate things? I'm not trying to, but I'm trying to just be real. Like, hell yeah. Hell, take it how you want to, because that's what the market is. It's not yes or no. It's just, mm-hmm. Like, and you got to sit there and figure it out. That's what programming is, problem solving, my nigga. So, like, don't be mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just letting you know what's keeping junior developers is them not being able to market themselves. That's it. A senior developer, damn knows, damn, yo, go talk to a senior developer, though. That motherfucker knows what the fuck he's saying. Like he's gonna open his mouth and you're gonna be like, yeah, yeah, this nigga, that's Jesus right there, my nigga. Jesus. That's one of them dudes in the Bible. So I'm like, he's just gonna know every answer. There's no questions to be asked. He's done it before. He has not even a portfolio, he has results. You guys have portfolios. There's no results. Like, you know what it feels like? YouTube. I keep saying YouTube, but you know why? We listen to the people who are big creators. The little creators get shitted on. Why? Because they don't have no fucking views. Duh, they don't have no authority in the space. Why the fuck would I even want to hire someone who even built a to do app? What are you going to do? Whatever, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the Coda Report, dog. Just like, comment, subscribe for me, man.